Oh boy.
What?
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here we go.
I always said this was like 3 episodes, but shit just got real.
I was gonna say, this is some of the most compelling television I've watched in a long time. I think we only have like 1 episode left. And then we got like a 1-week break, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Which is why I feel like the two are going to bleed into each other. I think maybe they're stacking their shows in a way that's going to be almost a continuous story.
Well, and remember, because we just watched Captain America Winter Soldier last night.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the end credit? It was the introduction of the Maximoff twins.
Right, yeah.
Like, Captain America, or Steve Rogers, or whatever, will return in Age of Ultron, which is when we officially get introduced to the Maximoff twins. But we've got Guardians of the Galaxy in between, which is what we're going to watch tonight.
Yes.
I hope. If we can get through this.
We'll try. I have a lot of notes.
Yes, you do. So, the name of this episode is Previously On, Episode 8, Then, MCU Things.
Yeah, it was a lot of focus on just the origins of Wanda and Pietro in the actual movies, the aforementioned Age of Ultron.
But they didn't really get into, like, the show itself. Like,
not a lot. They basically were just like, oh yeah, and then she went down in the basement and there was Agnes.
Yeah. And then, so it does the MCU, you know, the...
Dun, 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 dun,
yeah.
dun.
And then, when it fades to the episode, it's purple.
No purpling.
Salem, Massachusetts, 1693. It's Agnes. No, sorry. Agatha.
I know that made you happy because you're a big Salem nut.
Yes, but, and I was about to get all, like, you know, because they tied her up like she was going to get burned at the stake, and I was thinking, oh, no.
Got it
but,
right.
but, it was
Uh-oh,
her
plot
own,
twist.
it was her own coven. They were all witches.
Yep.
She's on trial for betraying her coven. Stealing knowledge, studying dark magic. And I think it's really interesting that she says, I know not of what you speak, or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
It's very reminiscent of Bridget Bishop. I know not what a witch is, who is an actual person who was actually tried during the Salem witch trials, and that is something she actually said when questioned about being a witch.
Was she the first?
She was up there. I don't think she was the first executed. Well, maybe the first on trial, but she was the one with the red bodice.
Right.
Thank you. Who am I? And also my insane knowledge of Salem witch trials.
Who am I? Shout out.
So the coven leader has the brooch that Agatha, whatever, has been wearing. Turns out the coven leader is, well, she says
called her mother, but it could
so
be
it could have
coven
been like a coven thing, calling the leader mother, or it could have been her actual mother. I kind of think maybe it was her actual mother.
The way she was pleading with her, there was an emotional thing there. Again, could still be a coven thing. I'm sure New Rockstars will tell us.
Yes.
But yeah, I had written mother, like it's her mother, and then I was like, it could be a coven thing. I don't know, so I kind of walked it back.
She says, if only you would teach me.
Yeah, because they're implying that the coven studies these things that she was accused of studying, but that it was below her level, or that she was below that level. Like,
right.
She wasn't ready for it. They study all of it, but she was stealing it. She was jumping ahead. She's like, if you would only teach me.
In a dark way.
Or even that, but just like, she wasn't ready for it.
Clearly. So the coven blasts her, But then she starts absorbing their power. Like, they blast her with blue magic, and it turns purple.
Yeah, like purple emanating from her, and it starts to, like, draw from them.
Yeah, and it completely drains them. Like, you've got, like, skeletal remains, basically.
She mummifies all of them.
Yeah, you said, did WandaVision just become Sleepy Hollow? She takes the brooch from Mother. So jump to current day. She's holding Senior Scratchy. Wanda is powerless against Agatha down in this basement because Agatha had put up protection spells. And she's like... And Agatha keeps egging Wanda on, like, you know, shouldn't you know, like, about these runes and stuff? And Wanda's just like,
No.
what? No. Because from Wanda's perspective, her power is...
Mutant.
Yeah,
like,
it's the Infinity Stone is what gave her the power. It's not... She's not a witch.
The Infinity Stone?
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
But yeah, Wanda's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I just kind of have these powers. And Agatha's sitting there going,
But you're a witch.
you're a witch. Like, how do you not know all this? And we'll get into it.
So she's like, who are you? You say, who are you?
No, that was there.
Oh, who are you? Oh, right. Wanda's like, who are you? And
Agatha,
who are you?
Like, you're clearly another witch that I'm competing with to be the best witch. So how did you do all this?
Yeah.
How are you this powerful?
Because we find out that Agatha has no idea how Wanda is doing all this. She's like, this takes years of practice, and yet you're just able to do it. So let's walk it back.
Yeah.
You know, so
previously on.
Right. She said, Agnes makes the comment, Agatha, accent sure comes and goes.
Yeah, I just liked that little bit of almost meta, because it was like, we had made that observation before, like it just kind of pops in, but it only seemed to pop in outside of her TV realm. Come to find out, they had watched American sitcoms as part of their training to learn English.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense in her TV world, she doesn't have an accent.
Exactly. So Agatha was attracted to Wanda's spells in Westview. Just Imperium.
Yeah, she
Anima.
wasn't a part of Westview. She saw the surge of power and she was like, who is this?
fuck?
I gotta get in on this. Like, I'm sensing all this power, so she went there.
So she does this Imperium Anima thing with that cicada.
Yeah.
Turns it into a bird.
Well, Imperium Anima was the mind control spell, which I enjoyed because Harry Potter Imperio.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, basic mind control spell. You know, pretty standard for witch stuff. And
Yeah.
she controls its mind, and then she does a transfiguration spell on it, turns it into a bird. She's kind of demonstrating
Her powers.
her powers that are all spell-based. She's like, this takes study, this takes spells, this takes all this.
And
like,
you're just doing it.
You're just doing it. She's very confused.
Well, we'll get there. Magic on autopilot. What's your secret? Then she takes one of Wanda's hairs. Time to look at some real reruns, so we get the real Wanda backstory. See her parents first. Her dad brings home TV classics for TV night so they can practice English. I Love Lucy, Bewitched, Malcolm in the Middle, Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, they're in Cold War. Well, they said Cold War, but it wasn't Cold War.
Well, Agatha made a
she
made a quip.
Oh, okay. So, you know, their dad goes out, gets all these American sitcoms for TV night, and then assures his wife he'll sell them back the next day.
Well, and now, her dad did not look like Magneto. Like any kind of personification of Magneto. So are these her adopted parents?
Well, where are you pulling Magneto from?
New rock stars. They keep talking about how Wanda is Magneto's daughter. So, where'd that come from?
Which brings in the Gifted and the daughter of Magneto and all that. It's too bad that show didn't last.
I know. Because that could be Wanda's half-sister.
Right.
Like, how freaking cool would it be if they got that actress
That would be fun.
in WandaVision?
That would be really cool.
I don't know that they would.
I don't know how much of that show was canon, really.
Right. But it was Fox.
Yeah.
And Disney owns Fox.
True.
So they could have the rights to that.
Okay.
I mean, they pulled in a guy who played Quicksilver / Pietro Maximoff in X-Men
Right.
to play the fake Pietro. Like, I would lose my shit if they got that actress to come back into WandaVision.
If they did that, they could potentially actually bring the Gifted back, probably.
On Disney.
Uh-huh. Anyway, we're off topic.
Nerding out here. So then Pietro's like, oh, a sitcom.
Yeah, little brother,
No,
Pietro.
twin brother.
Little, because...
Little Pietro.
Little Pietro. Because it's Wanda's turn to pick the show, and she picks a sitcom. Oh, sitcom.
Well, it's Dick Van Dyke. She knows exactly the episode, and it may look like a walnut.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not familiar with... I don't think I've ever really seen an episode of Dick Van Dyke show. I'm just familiar with it because,
Pop culture.
I'm not living in a rock. I mean, I am, but whatever. Huh, Pietro. Pietro, rock.
Nice.
Petros.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Pater.
Petrification. Yeah.
Pater. Father. The father is the rock. Anyway. And boom. We see her
parents' death.
And the Stark
so
Industries missile.
Their home explodes. Pietro and Wanda survive. Her parents are clearly killed. And then
they hide under
her bed, and then a Stark Industries missile lands.
And it's the
beeping.
The beeping, the red light. It doesn't get faster. I thought it was going to get faster, but it doesn't.
It doesn't.
So
that calls back to the toaster from the first episode.
Yep. And little Wanda, because when she walks into this memory, she becomes her young self. The little girl, Wanda, says, by the end of the episode, you'll realize it was all a bad dream. I tried to do Russian. I can't do Russian.
It worked for me.
Anyway, so that Agatha tells Wanda that she used a probability hex to stop the bomb.
Yeah.
Wanda doesn't realize that it just didn't go off. And Agatha's like, for 2 days.
Right. They survived for 2 days with the bomb there. And Wanda's like, no, it was a dud, whatever. And Agatha's like, no, you cast a spell, a probability spell, and kept it at bay. Paraphrasing, but yeah.
Yeah, so Agatha wants to know what triggered her recent power, so fast forward to her in Hydra, and Wanda's like, I don't want to go back there. And Agatha's like,
Too bad,
you're going to. So then we see her pull the Infinity Stone from Loki's spear. It's the Mind Stone, which explains her connection
to Vision.
Which I'm sure we probably figured that out in Age of Ultron or something.
Probably. I didn't remember. But
which is why I'm happy to be revisiting.
Rewatching, yeah. Because, I mean, Loki's spear, he would tap people with it, and then he would control their mind. So, yeah, of course it was the Mind Stone. Duh.
Yeah. Now, you said devilish figure appears from the stone and she faints. I didn't see a devilish figure.
I saw horns.
Oh. Interesting. Well, horns, or did you see Magneto's?
Right.
Interesting. So she's in isolation. You say lockup, but they had said, put her in isolation because she's still alive after this, because they were like, as she was coming in, you state your name and status, and Wanda Maximoff, a volunteer, and, nobody survives this. And then I think that it was like still being, I think she heard that, by the way.
And so she didn't touch it. She mind pulled the stone out of the spear, and then kind of broke it down, and it was revealed to be the Mind Stone.
So they have her in lockup, and she's still watching TV, and it's the Brady Bunch. We fast forward to Wanda still watching TV, now at the Avengers compound right after Pietro's death, and Vision's there. It's Malcolm in the Middle now. So Bryan Cranston is officially a Marvel character.
Just saying is all I'm
Go
saying.
Walter White!
It's official. It's canon. Bryan Cranston is a Marvel character.
And then, so Wanda is talking to Vision about, like, this grief that she's feeling about Pietro, and it keeps coming over her like waves, and it pulls her down. Can relate on the anniversary of my grandma's birthday. Been feeling it hard today. She's been in the forefront of my mind during my prayers. Doesn't ever really go away.
Bob was on my mind as we were looking at the cross-string stations of the cross, since that was a gift from him.
Grief is hard, but it's something special.
There's a line that we're going to get to soon.
I think it's right here. So Vision is talking about, like, I have always known loneliness. I have nothing to pull from. But he gives this killer line. What is mourning if not love persevering?
Gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful.
From a very secular standpoint.
Yeah, but I mean...
But also from a very, if not even Christian, but religious standpoint.
Right, because mourning from a secular standpoint purely is seen as hard suffering in a general way.
And then it's
bad.
done, and there's nothing left but your grief, and they're just in a hole in the ground.
Yeah, you mourn for a while and then it's over. It's more than that. And mourning, when you contextualize it, you're not sad for the person that died. You're sad for yourself. Because you love that person. But it transforms over time. You still love that person, you still miss them. And it doesn't stop hurting, but the memories turn more joyful after a while. It doesn't hurt as bad to think on them because you remember what's beautiful about them. And hopefully you continue praying for them.
Definitely continue praying for them. Yeah.
So no, I liked that because secularly, death is pointless and harsh and just terrible. And when you say something like this, what is mourning but love?
Persevering.
It adds an important context to it. and it gives it value. It's not just bad times to suffer through and then move past. It's something beautiful because it means that there was value to the person that was.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Love Blind.
So then Agatha butts in. When Vision wasn't there to pull you back from the darkness, what happened? You wanted him back. So fast forward to Wanda demanding Vision's body at S.H.I.E.L.D. HQ. So she goes to S.H.I.E.L.D. or to S.W.O.R.D. You said S.H.I.E.L.D., but
S.H.I.E.L.D.
it was S.W.O.R.D. HQ. So she goes into S.W.O.R.D. and she's like, no, I know you have his body. I want to bury him.
Yeah.
I want to bury. That's all she's saying. She's not saying anything about reanimating him or anything like that. She just wants to bury him. And then they actually do let her in.
Mm-hmm.
They send her to Hayward's office, and he shows her Vision's deconstructed body.
They're working on him. It's, $30 billion or some crazy number dollars worth of
Tech.
He used the metal.
Uranium.
Yeah. He's like, I can't just put that
in a hole
in the
ground.
Which again, speaking from a secular standpoint, speaking from a Christian standpoint, it is tech. And yeah, I get that. Sorry.
Aren't we just tech, in a way? Again, if you're looking from a secular standpoint.
Oh yeah, from a secular standpoint, yeah. That's why I amended my statement. Christian standpoint, sorry.
No, we are all.
Vision had the Mind Stone, not the Soul Stone.
But he was probably one of the more human characters.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I'm just
figure that out.
I'm just being ridiculously callous here. He was a robot. So, as a Catholic and a capitalist, I get it. He was a robot. No, you're not burying my billion-dollar technology.
You noted weird. Stark Tech destroyed her family, and she's in love with Stark Tech. Never really put that together before.
Neither had I. But
Good call out.
Thanks. Yeah.
So then Hayward says, not everyone has the power to bring their soulmate back to life.
Yeah.
And then she does her thing, which, we had seen before, modified.
Uh-huh.
She approaches...
Typical news. You take out of context video and tell a story.
So she approaches the body. She said, I can't feel you. Hayward tells security to fall back, and she walks away. He goaded her. She never took his body. She never took any part of him.
Nope.
Not a single thing.
But he tried to get her to reanimate him.
Yep. And she couldn't do it. She gets into her car. There's an envelope in the passenger seat. Passenger seat. She drives to Westview in her sensible midsize sedan. She goes to Westview, New Jersey, as it really is.
Which is a straight up shithole.
It is. Well,
it's New Jersey, after all. Love you.
I was born in Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey, and I have a New Jersey birth certificate. I am trash. I was born in the armpit of America.
Yes,
I'm not a true Wisconsinite. My dirty secret. I am not true Wisconsin. but only because of circumstance. My dad was stationed in Cape May Courthouse, New Jersey.
It's okay. We all forgive you.
Anyway. So she's driving through Westview, which is a shithole. She sees all the characters of her show.
Yeah, and they're all, like, living pretty despondent lives.
Yeah.
Doesn't excuse what she did, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, damn, Westview sucks. Drives to their eventual home. It's a vacant lot they had bought to grow old in. In tears, she explodes with power, and voila. And she creates the vision that we see.
So, big reveal in this episode is Vision has never been the body of Vision.
No, it's been her mental manifestation of him.
She had that vision of Vision as his corpse, and we thought maybe that was a reveal of her seeing the fact that she was reanimating his body. Wasn't the case at all.
No, she just manifested her. She manifested him with her mind.
Right.
Which leads to some interesting questions about who the hell Darcy is talking to. Is she talking to Wanda? Darcy.
When?
In the previous episode.
Oh, when she was talking directly to Vision?
Yeah, and who...
Right. Well, all the fact that Vision...
Who rewoke Agnes.
Right. Vision, with all of his powers and all his independency that we've seen, all of his actions outside of Wanda's knowledge, or at least her control, maybe she was aware, but we certainly didn't see any evidence of that. How the hell? Unless her power is just... Well, and Agnes even says, you're a being who can create... I don't know if she said life, but it almost seems that way. Like, she's creating independent personalities.
Yeah.
With their own actions outside of her control.
It's a mindfuck.
It is a severe mindfuck.
Like, what is this vision that we've been seeing? Because she creates this vision. Says, Wanda, welcome home. Shall we stay in tonight? 3 minutes of episode left. Back to the set. Agatha still claps in a weird rhythm. Turns out Agatha has the kids. You're supposed to be a myth, a being capable of creation on demand. This is chaos magic, Wanda, and that makes you the Scarlet Witch. End episode, but then after credits, outside Westview, Hayward's team is ready for launch. They brought Vision's body and they powered him up again using something that Wanda touched, I think. They reanimated him, they powered him up, and he looks wrong.
Yeah.
And what the fuck?
Yeah. I think their end game is...
Ha 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 ha. I see what you did there.
They power him up as a robot, not as Vision, but just like, let's put all these circuits together and give it a power source and just make it go. It seems like Hayward's end game, again, is to get it to touch Wanda's power and see if it can be fully restored.
Yeah.
I can't imagine any other reason for him to do what he's doing. Because
he's goated this whole thing.
And his whole purpose is to get a working vision so he can study the AI. Marvel is really limiting my vocabulary here because I can't say things like his vision, blah, 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 his endgame, blah, blah. No, I can't say any of that shit because it throws things off. Uh-oh, better finish your cigarette. It's 11:59.
No.
Tee. I'll be laughing in 24 hours.
Yeah. Ooh.
Exactly.
So, anyway, I want Emmy nominations all around.
Oh, yeah. Elizabeth Olsen's acting in this episode was phenomenal.
Her acting in this entire show has been phenomenal, as has Catherine Hahn's.
Yes.
Given that this started in 2021, they're not eligible for this current.
Okay.
I would assume.
I guess.
But yeah, the acting in this has been phenomenal. I mean, can we get a nomination for Donna Jo Rupp? That 70s show mom.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's
all been
amazing.
Great.
Even the kids.
Yeah. And I hate kid actors.
As a rule, but they've been getting better, which probably isn't great for their psyches.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been a phenomenal show. Some of the most compelling television I've watched in a really long time.
Yeah.
And I'm a whore when it comes to TV and movies. Like, I am. I'm not gonna lie. If I watch it, I probably like it.
Same. And we dive in with both feet.
And I mean, we gave that really stupid, outmatched show way too many episodes before we called it.
Yeah, we tried, man.
That was horrible.
We don't turn off many shows. We turned off that. We turned off Stumptown.
Well, because Stumptown just...
Yeah. It did things.
Yeah. But even Dads. Remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching that, and then it ended, and we're like, okay.
All right. That was just because I wanted to support
Seth Green.
Seth Green. For Seth Green. Can't get a sustaining role.
But I'll be interested. Bleh.
To our knowledge, do they plan on making a season 2? Or
I don't see how they can wrap this up in one more episode.
They only... See, I'm wondering if Disney's doing a thing where they're using shows to build up movies. You know what I mean? Like...
Which will have to, like, pay access stupid amounts of money to watch.
Maybe. I mean, it's MCU.
I might do that.
People would rebel, I think, if they started charging extra for Marvel movies.
Well, they should look at how Mulan went down.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Alright. I want to wrap this.
I'm interested to see what New Rockstars says. But I also want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
So, that's where I'm at.
Same. But, that's for us to discuss.